MMAWeekly.com, Damon Martin here with Josh Barnett. Josh, you know, all the talking's pretty much over, but here we are in Cincinnati. You get Sergei Kharitonov. You've been asked a million questions about this fight, but the most basic one is, what do you think of Kharitonov of late? He's been looking pretty impressive.
I think it's the best Kharitonov we've ever seen. He looks sharp. He looks like he's the most on point and in shape that he's been in his career.
What did you think of him back in the Pride days, and how much do you think he's changed since those times?
I thought he was always a very tough guy with some gaps in his game that were more obvious than say some other fighters, but you know, he's got that tough Russian steel will that just won't break, and I think that's still the same. I think it's likely his strongest asset.
I know before the tournament started, a lot of people said this was, you know, one of the best collection of heavyweight talent ever. Fedor's out of the tournament, and then you lost Overeem, and now he's in the UFC. I mean, did the tournament lose any luster for you just because of that, or does it still hold the same magnitude?
It lost luster because Overeem's not in it, but you know, somebody beat Fedor to advance on to the finals, so you can't take away the credit from the guy that won the fight. Just because, in terms of the tournament, it's still just as valid. I mean, he had to beat Fedor to get ahead, and just like we all have to beat somebody to get to that next stage.
Does this, I mean, you know, I know before the tournament, a lot of people felt the winner of this would be the #1 heavyweight, or at least, you know, #2 at worst. Do you still feel that way?
I don't know. I wouldn't be one bit surprised when I win this thing and someone ranks me at like 4 or 5 or whatever. I mean, who cares?
I know you've said before this fight that you feel that, you know, Daniel Cormier is an underdog that has a great chance of winning. Do you still believe that you'll meet him in the finals?
Absolutely. I think that his styles make fights, and his style is going to be sort of the anathema to Bigfoot's.
I know there's been a little bit of past animosity with you and Bigfoot for whatever reason. If that fight did happen, do you think that'd be maybe a bigger fight just because of, you know, maybe some words back and forth? It doesn't matter.
Well, we're certainly heavier, so it's bigger that way. I don't know. I would not. I have no interest to get into some sort of verbal conflict. I'm way past that.
Going into this fight, you know, main event, you've main evented a lot of shows, you've been in big cards before, but you know, there's always that extra pressure, you know, people looking to you to kind of carry the card, you know, really cap it off. Do you like that role? Do you like being in that spotlight?
The only thing about being the main event is that means that I get out later and it's harder to get to your after party, which I don't have because Cincy has no, the economy is rather depressed, which is very unfortunate, but we're going to find a few spots to get drunk at. Can
they expect some bolt thrower in the arena on Saturday night?
I would think that's a pretty fair assumption. And there's no matter what it was, it would be metal as shit. That's a guarantee. But yeah, bolt thrower is going to be blasted loud and clear in the U.S. Bank Arena.
Thanks, Josh.
You're welcome.